There are some foods that you should only be eating on special occasions, if even then. These foods will leave your doctors shivering and serve basically no value to your body except that maybe they taste good. These foods to avoid may even become a regular part of your lifestyle if you are unaware of how dangerous they are. And that's why it's so important that you try to learn about all the foods that you are regularly eating. The key to a healthy lifestyle isn't just knowing what the healthy foods are, but also knowing about the foods that you should never eat. That's why today we are going to be breaking down 10 foods that will terrify your doctor if they find out you're eating them. Number 1. Chips. Chips are some of the worst foods for you to eat, and time again doctors will advise you to cut them out of your life as best as you can. Not only can your body begin craving them, but it will actually become almost addicted to that sodium rush that it gets. People can struggle mightily to avoid chips, and it can really start to have a grip on your life. A single snacking portion contains enough fat and calories that if you ate it daily, you would gain roughly 7 pounds over a year period. Chips aren't just bad for you, but they have no real reason to even exist from a health perspective. If you want something similar but don't want to suffer the consequences, try going for oat cakes or something instead. They will scratch that itch and help you out while you're trying to distance yourself from the salty snack. Number 2. Donuts. There's a reason that The Simpsons depicted Homer Simpson as a staunch lover of donuts. They are filled with sugar, white flour, and on top of all that, they are deep fried to the point where there is basically no nutritional value to be found in them. In fact, your body will most likely hang on to these donuts as hard to get rid of fat in your body, since it really isn't designed to deal with this amount of sugar at a time. Donuts are also tough because they usually come in packs of 6 or 12, meaning that you are encouraged to eat many of them in a short span of time. Donuts are high in fat, carbs, and once again offer very little else. Unlike other healthier sugars, these ones won't get you far in terms of energy. Number 3. Processed meats. Processed meat generally isn't that great for you, and when it is deep fried in grease, it only becomes worse. When you buy meats that come pre-packaged or frozen, you are eating food that has a ton of additives and preservatives. These may make them last longer, but they also can cause major issues for your body. Processed meat is on the World Health Organization's list of carcinogens alongside tobacco, and eating it will increase your chance of developing cancer over time. Unfortunately, processed meat is growing more and more popular annually because of its cheap cost and its convenience. The situation is getting so bad that mass production of the product results in us not even knowing what part of the chicken we are eating most of the time. And this is what makes its way to the freezer aisle at almost every grocery store within the United States and beyond. Dr. Rezan Shali, an internal medicine specialist in California, explains that it is the meat processing that makes the food dangerous, and that doesn't change no matter what kind of alternative you are using. Number 4. Fried foods. Most of us know this by now, but fried foods are not meant to be part of anyone's standard diet, as they are higher in salt, carbs, fat, and are also deep fried in oil. These foods taste good because of this, but our bodies can't properly store all of that stuff without it ballooning our weight and fat percentage. Another issue is that fast food, which is often fried, is not known to use the highest quality meat products, and this results in chicken and beef with almost no nutritional value. This makes you hungry again sooner, and can result in you being unable to properly fuel your body until you eat even more. Fried food can be really tasty, and it is convenient, but too many people tend to fall into the trap of incorporating it into their routine, which results in their bodies collecting fat and carbs but being deficient in vitamins and minerals. Number 5. Added sugars. Added sugars can really sneak up on you, and it's a shame because most people have great intentions when they start using them. Added sugars or sweeteners in water are supposed to encourage people to drink more because of the flavor, but because these sweeteners are full of added sugars, they actually do more harm than good. This is the same for your coffee, tea, or any beverage you add sackets of sugar to. These sugars are cheap, which is why they are almost always free and are very processed. Sugar in its natural state is essential for most people to use as an energy source, but these sugars are sapped of any of those properties. You might feel a slight sugar rush when drinking them, but that won't last beyond a few minutes and almost always results in a sugar crash later on. Most doctors recommend either learning to enjoy your drinks, especially water, without these added sugars, or to try putting fruits like lemon or strawberry in to give them flavor that way. Number 6. Buttery, creamy pasta. Pasta is tasty, convenient, and goes really well with butter, cheese, salt, and more. Spaghetti drenched in butter with cream and Parmesan cheese is a recipe for disaster though, and contains a lot of carbs and calories that are really hard to work off. This type of dish is popular with athletes the night before a competition, but that is only because it's hard to get so many carbs in one place the way you can with pasta. The fat content for a serving of buttery pasta with heavy cream sits around 33 grams of fat, which is an absolutely astounding figure. Many people get tricked by this one because you can make this from scratch at home, but that doesn't excuse how stacked it is with harmful ingredients. Fat, carbs, and calories are important for our bodies, but this type of pasta dish just has way too much of each to become a part of your regular diet if you're not a world-class athlete who can work it off. Number 7. Sausages. Sausage is hard to even define, since it's become a running joke that hot dogs contain so many different kinds of meats and ingredients that the list stretches on for pages. This isn't quite the case for other kinds of sausage. But much like bacon, the problem lies in how it is made, packaged, and processed before reaching you. Sausages are usually boiled, fried, or grilled, and all of these lead to significant health repercussions. In 2015, the World Health Organization found that sausages are strongly linked to bowel cancer, and that eating too much of this popular summer food can have serious problems. It is also a problem because of how it is presented to you. Sausages are almost always eaten on white bread buns that can spike your sugar levels, and nowadays, sausages are often filled with cheese or even other kinds of meat, making them an even more unhealthy food choice. Number 8. Imitation cheese. Everyone loves cheese. This is so true, in fact, that many people will eat things that only taste like cheese. Spray cheese, or cheese found in crackers and other snacks, are almost entirely their own entity, and they are enough to make any doctor run the other way. 2 tablespoons of the stuff is enough to contain 21 grams of fat, 13 of which are saturated fats, one of the worst kinds. They are also high in sodium and calories, and don't really have any filling quality to justify these outrageous numbers. Spray cheese in particular is bad, and most people eat way too much of it with each serving. Spraying them on crackers only introduces sugar and sodium to further spike this food, and it makes this a category of snack to be very wary of. Number 9. White bread. We talked a little bit about white bread before, but let's dive in even deeper. A slice of white bread contains essentially the same amount of sugar as a candy bar, and you eat 2 of them in every sandwich. White bread became a part of American culture some time ago, and no matter how much doctors and specialists protest, it just doesn't seem to be able to be pushed out of most households. Not only does it have sugar numbers that can make you rise and crash as it is digested, but the actual nutritional aspect is so flimsy that the chances of you being full and staying that way are close to zero. Most people put their guard down around white bread, since it's not exactly a treat, but it might as well be treated as such, since it has tremendously bad health numbers behind it. Number 10. Fast food meat. While a lot of people tend to focus on French fries and carbs as the main problem at fast food restaurants, the burgers are enough to make most doctors shudder as well. In the US, food regulation laws are bad enough that it's hard to truly know how much meat is in the food itself. A few years back, Taco Bell actually had to reveal that a certain percentage of their meat products contain sawdust and other things that you probably don't want in your body. The burgers at fast food chains aren't much better either, with many of them containing low-grade beef at best, and multiple byproducts to maximize profits. Looking at fast food as a treat or as a last-ditch option rather than an actual source of nutrition is probably your best bet here, as studies have not been kind to the meat found at our favorite fast food chains. Are there any other foods that you think people should stay away from at all costs? Let us know in the comments below. Here are 2 more videos you might find interesting. Feel free to choose the one you like. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos on health, subscribe to the channel.